Welcome to MegaNet Gaming. I had some comments saying I should add commentary to more of my videos, so I think I'm going to do a little experiment here. Kind of go over what I plan to do for the channel in the future, kind of go over what's on the channel currently, and then I'll just start loading up some random games that I have going currently, multiplayer games that is, and just go over kind of how I approach these games. So anyway, what the plan is, what's on the channel currently, have a bunch of reviews where I just kind of speak off the cuff about some games, kind of first impressions, some issues with the game, rather brief, no script. A lot of those were just to get used to speaking off the cuff, testing the audio, recording quality, working on some audio issues, and also just sorting through some games on my hard drive. It gave me a way to do that in a productive way. So a lot of the reviews are pretty low quality. But I do recommend, if anything that's listed as a 4 out of 5 or higher, do check out those games, though. They are in order from best to worst. It's a mix of subjectivity and objectivity, as all reviews are. But anyway, my favorite genre are MMORPGs. There's a lot of games currently out there that don't really fall under what I would consider to be what I define as an MMORPG, or at least what I look for in one. I do have a list of games on my desktop that are on this computer, and I do have another computer with some other games as well. They're either games I'm currently playing or plan on playing. I guess all these games I do have at least a character that's at least played some amount of time. So let's see if I can zoom in here. Okay. Not sure how good this is going to look. Currently on this computer, games I have lined up that are either multiplayer RPGs or actual MMORPGs or have elements of being an MMO. I have Age of Conan. I started playing. Ion, that's been on my list to play for a while. Anarchy Online, which is one of the games I'm playing quite a bit of. Arcade, Azeron's Call, which is one of my all-time favorites. Blade and Soul, Dark Age of Camelot, Dragon Nest, Dungeons and Dragons Online, Entropia Universe, Eternal Lands, EVE Online, Project 99 EverQuest, Fallen Earth, Forthcoming, Lineage 2, Lord of the Rings Online, which I just started playing seriously recently, Meridian 59, Mortal Online, Neverwinter, Path of Exile, PlanetSide 2, Project Gorgon, which I bought into, and even though it's a solid game, I just don't find the world to be terribly believable and immersive. Really good. I can tell that there's a really good game underneath that's just not to my liking. Rift, RuneScape, Secret World Legends, which is a game I'm going to start playing quite a bit more. It's a fun com game, which means lots of bugs, but an excellent world, excellent writing, excellent story. Star Trek Online, which I'm actually going to take off this computer pretty soon. It's great for Star Trek lore, but as far as an MMORPG, it's highly instanced and has too much too many cash shop items being pushed. It's definitely geared towards a certain type of person that's not me. My ideal Star Trek game for an MMORPG would be Star Wars Galaxies, except with Star Trek and then updated for modern times. And next to Star Wars Galaxies, which is one of my all-time favorites, up there with Azeron's Call. Same with Ultima Online. Oh yeah, I don't have Darkfall. That's another one of my top 4 MMORPGs of all time. Azeron's Call, Ultima Online, Star Wars Galaxies, and Darkfall. Uncharted Waters Online, which I've played quite a bit. I'm taking a break from Underlight, which I haven't checked out. Warframe, which seems to be more of a lobby shooter, but I haven't played enough to really delve into. Warhammer Online, which is actually turning out to be quite a lot of fun. I have WoW Classic. It's my first time even ever playing World of Warcraft. Despite playing hundreds of MMORPGs over the years, I've a lot like Lord of the Rings Online. It's those two games I've kind of actively avoided. I've been playing lots of WoW Classic. It's a solid game. I have Warhammer Online. I think that's it. So I jump between those games, or some of these games are just on the list of me to actually get started in. Acheron's Call, Star Wars Galaxies, Darkfall, and Ultima Online are all games I have endgame viable characters in. So games I'm playing the most of currently are Anarchy Online, Lord of the Rings Online, WoW Classic, Secret World Legends, and to a lesser extent Warhammer Online. So I think what I'm going to do is just been playing Anarchy Online the most recently, which is a game that I remember somebody back in high school playing that game quite a bit. Instead of going to band practice with his band, and they used to mock him for it. And to be honest, remembering that band's music, he made the right choice playing Anarchy Online. It's a shame I'm kind of late to the party. Been a guy, I forget what his username is. I need to go through all of his comments and his suggestions. It's been every time I post a video, he has a suggestion for a way to play the game more optimally. But yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Is I'll just, instead of separating out by game, I think I'll see how this goes. Just kind of go over my general play style, some of my comments on the game, throw some other random stuff out there. What I want to eventually do with this channel is really delve into the various aspects of the game worlds being provided by these games. The going over the different locations, points of interest, the environment, the different racial groups and species, their interactions, different aspects of each species or racial group's culture, and more. Go into some of the lore provided by the game and really approach it kind of from an ethnographic perspective. But yeah, I want to write an actual ethnographic type study, at least a book. It'll be a work of fiction written in that kind of style, sort of, kind of a mix between narrative and ethnography that really delves into the Acheron's Call universe, to the world of Dureth, or however you pronounce that name. Given you have the, as far as a gameplay tied to lore and having a massive open world to explore that's believable and immersive, I think that game nails it better than any. And you don't have the standard Tolkien style characters or the Warhammer style characters, the orcs and the goblins, etc. That game you have the Banderlings, you have the Tumrox Lugians and the Asparians that all kind of eventually become an alliance. You have the Ulthoi, which are quite an interesting species. They're bug people that are, oddly enough, the only ones that can open doors in the game. The only creatures that are capable of opening doors that I know of. That they're bug people. Seems to be some sentience, at least from the perspective of the queen. But it's debatable how much sentience there is in the lower levels. But anyways, we're going to right now It's my first time playing Anarchy Online. Well, this is the first two characters I've created playing Anarchy Online. I've been playing a little while now. The first character I made, which is an Aatrox adventure level 2, looks ridiculous. Not, I'm sure I messed something up building that character. I don't really play him. Decided to go with the martial artist. Seemed like the Opifex female level 18. That's the character I play at the moment. So let's go ahead and... Oh, I didn't have it on the Anarchy Online screen. Perhaps I should switch that over. But yeah, this game has very much a... If I were to describe this game to somebody that's played a lot of different MMOs, but has never played this one, it has a bit of a Star Wars Galaxies feel to it. Down to the kind of awkward controls in combat. I actually like the combat once you get used to it. It has some strategy to it. But yeah, this is my character here. Some random armor on I've found in the subway nearby. Just been doing some bit of exploration and just some mob grinding. I know somebody posted on my video saying that there's a key to center the view. Like, perhaps I'm crazy, but I kind of like this whole, really come to like this whole camera toggling feature where you can, each mouse button has a bit of a different control over the camera. I think the goal for today is just to get this character. The goal is to get this character up to level 25 so I can be done with the subway and move on to something else. As far as skills, I am playing this game semi-blind. I'm maxing out all the base abilities, trying to max out all the body and defense, maxing out martial arts, physical prowess and martial arts as well. Putting a lot into brawling and soul attack. I need to look into some of these others to see what exactly, how they affect. But I think for this character I'm going to kind of avoid going to a guide, just see what I end up with. And then I can go back and create the character I really want to, which will be some type of... I want to create some type of hybrid crafter, adventure, melee type character, kind of like how I had an Azeron's Call. My favorite Azeron's Call character of all time was a dual wield heavy weapons character that could do armor and weapon tinkering, and had this 3 schools of magic. And I'd play with the character I made for my wife, who had war magic trained, was also melee, dual wield heavy weapon character that did some cooking, I think cooking and alchemy. And I had 2 more tunes that covered the rest of the skills. By the time Void Magic and all the special abilities came around, I really didn't play Azeron's Call anymore. I did come back briefly in 09, and I played on some servers that have Void Magic. Even had a Void Mage, but can't say really. Later Azeron's Call I didn't really care about all that much. Still a good game. I'm kind of like the original. So I noticed there's quite a few of the lower level creatures here don't seem to really care I'm even around. It's actually quite easy to just run to where I need to in this dungeon to do some real leveling. I just realized the other day that this yellow bar involves experience, so I can actually track how far I am from leveling instead of just guessing. I love games like this where you have so much ability to customize your character, which also means there's a lot of it gives you the chance to make a character that is fundamentally broken and not viable. You'll reach a wall for all practical purposes. That game should allow you to create a non-viable character. And not just non-viable because you don't have the right gear, but a character that just isn't good enough. It seems like as far as XP goes, let's start with these shadows. And we'll go on to some of the bigger stuff later on. I love how easy you can use the mouse wheel here to switch from first and third person. I like playing a lot of these games first person, even if it is a bit clunky. It's help with immersion a bit. I'm kind of interested in seeing who are these shadow people? Hey, I did have the newbie chat loaded up. There's so much stuff being spammed in that I just kind of ignore it. I try to pick up as much stuff as possible early on in games like this. Then over time, if I have to create a character just for storage, I do that. The good old mule characters. It seems like as far as combat goes, I'm going in the right direction with this character. But I guess I'll find out when I get out of the subway whether or not that's the case. As far as skills go in this game, just in trade, you have mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, quantum, force field technology, chemistry, nanoprogramming, nanobot programming, you have weapon smithing, tutoring, computer literacy, which is the one I've been maxing out, breaking and entering, pharmacological technology. There's so many different skills to put your points into, and you're given quite a few points, at least in the lower levels, where you can. Looks like you could potentially create kind of a hybrid character. Whether or not that character ends up being in-game viable, that's a whole different question. But I guess that's to be determined. Problem with this game is, as far as getting Meg to play it, it's my wife. It's not going to happen. It's a bit too on the clunky side. Kind of falls under the Star Wars Galaxies type of game where she made a Wookiee. I told that Wookiee to follow me on the speeder that I got her. Speeder bike I got her. She followed a bit in the wrong direction. Got killed by a crate dragon. And that was the end of her two-toned in color Wookiee. Oh, some battered leather armor pants. Let's see if this is the most miss. And yeah, I don't care how my character looks. I just want. I actually kind of like having mismatched junk on. From what I know, little I know about this game, apparently there's certain types of armor at certain points in the game I should be trying to get to be viable. So let's swap. There we go. We got some melee martial arts. Tattered black armor pants. Strength. I guess I'll find out later. Doesn't look like there's much of a difference. Got this guy here. Stem Fiend. Looks like kind of the ruffian type that you wouldn't want to mess around with, but really not all that tough. Oh, that's who we want to get. Workman. Workman Striker, I think his name is. You have I for inventory. Charge of my health. Got some more shadows. Take these on. My goal is to get to level 19 before I switch over to another game. Slowly leveling across out. Probably a good dozen different MMOs where I'm slowly leveling characters, putting different amounts of time into them. Apparently there's a parry stick as a martial artist I should be trying to get to help us combat. Haven't really needed it yet. Well, that's nice. 2 in a row that didn't drop anything at all. And it seems to be a really nice community, albeit a small community. Now I'm playing on the free server. I don't really feel comfortable sending Funcom my money for some of the decisions they make with their games. Let's see, 5 shadows. We are going to sit down. We are going to heal. Got this health and nano recharger. Yeah, this is one of those games I wouldn't feel comfortable recommending to everybody, but it is quite an immersive experience. If you're willing to, if you're somebody that's really into action combat, then no, this is not the game for you. But if you want a very detailed user creation want really detailed, in-depth character creation, as well as an interesting universe to explore that's quite immersive. With a lot to do. This might be the game for you. It really does seem to have a bit of a sandbox feel to it. In a lot of ways, it is what you make out of it. And I think I might be getting myself killed here, so we're going to drop him. We're going to hurry up and heal before I get myself killed. There we go. And I probably should have not attacked. Uh-oh. Come on, come on, come on, just get him, get him, get him. I think, yep, I should be fine. Come on, there we go. attack. Yeah, I should survive this. I do like seeing how far I can push my characters on MMOs, and I do die quite frequently. I like to explore places where my character has no business being. Especially places where if I were to actually aggro something, it'd be almost certain death. As you can see by my WoW Classic videos where I make it all the way to past Stone Town into that, I forgot what the place is called. It's some desert full of elementals and dragons and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, we're going to sit down and heal. Or take on these guys. If I had more time tonight, I'd try to push this character to level 20. Yeah, come back here, work guy. Sometimes, even though it doesn't make much of a difference, I like moving around anyway, just for the mercy aspects of it. That feels more like a fight. And I think my bags are all full at this point. Good old mugger. Yeah, my bag is full. Move some stuff over. Yeah, there's so much variety in the loot in this game too. Come across a lot of interesting items. Oh, wow. I have more space than I thought I did. Just move this stuff over. What is this for? Yeah, that's everything is I'm grinding money as well. Considering everything in this game seems to be hyper inflated. Is to be expected. Sorry, I'm coming into this game a bit late. Nothing. It seems to be we're level 18. This seems to be a pretty good spot for XP in the subway this far down. Oh, these guys aren't dropping a whole lot today. Architect Striker. That guy just looked like trouble. Third person lock. There we go. Okay, if I end up aggroing all those guys, I probably want to go in there healed. There we go. Well, I only aggroed 2 of them. That's not bad. Yeah, this is a tap target style game. There are a lot more skills and abilities than I'm using. I'm sticking to just the standard. Mostly just using brawl and fast attack. Oh, must have been clicking around and got off of him. Support beam up. Let's see. Melee weapon. You gotta be Aatrox to use that, it looks like. Yeah, I should end up leveling up in about. It's going to end up being about 20 minutes, 20 or 30 minutes of play. Oh, a Slum Runner. One of the few things in this dungeon I consistently have misses on. Alright, there I dinged. And that was all my plan was for today. So let's see, what martial arts, what does he use again? 50% agility, strength, and psychic. agility, psychic, and strength being maxed out. And obviously martial arts. Physical prowess and martial arts needs maxed out. And max out brawling. And do first aid and treatment. Peer literacy. Might end up being a bad decision, but perhaps not. I'm going to max all the defensive skills. She'll come into effect at some point. There we go. Go ahead and max that out. Yep. I'll go through and max all the base skills. Looks like it's important for martial arts, so I'll go ahead and bump that up. Save changes, and that's it for now. Go ahead and stay in this part of the dungeon, exit out. Yeah, my experience thus far, I think this is going to end up being it's going to end up hitting the top 5 MMOs for me I've ever played. I haven't made it far enough to decide that yet. If a contender is on this trajectory, it'll be up there with Star Wars Galaxies. So then, let's see. I think I'm going to create a second little column in my desktop of the games I'm playing. A lot of lately, and I'll go ahead and hit WoW Classic, which crashed quite a few times earlier, and I actually ran all the way, ended up running quite a ways across the map earlier, which I believe I uploaded the video of it without running into any creatures. I guess my client was bugged. Kind of a shame. Had I known that, I would have ran in a different direction. I was wondering why I wasn't getting XP for going to all these places and why there's absolutely nothing there. Let's see. Yeah, Grobulus is where I play. The RP PvP server, which really doesn't seem to have that much RP role playing, at least not in the traditional sense. At least not in the lower level areas of where I see it. I think there's smaller pockets of it. People stay in their own little group and chats to role play. There's been people that like level 60s and such that come over from the Alliance side, and they'll come to Crossroads and they'll kill the quest givers and the flight instructor, the flight guide, flight master, whatever he's called. People are getting upset about it in the chat, and I know this is going to be an unpopular point of view, but I believe it has some merit. So please consider hearing me out on this point. And I'm willing to hear if anybody disagrees and wants to Tell me why I'm wrong. Feel free to let me know. Corpses here? Uh-oh. But yeah, why am I here? But yeah, anyway. But yeah, my argument was that on a role-playing server, considering the Horde and Alliance are at war, is it not a valid tactic to want to go and cut off transportation lines and access to military training, which is what the equivalent of XP would be since it helps people gain experience, get stronger, and be more battle ready? Wouldn't that be a valid strategy is to cut off those supplies to make it more difficult for characters to for the other side's army become stronger and to have more difficulty moving between different parts of the world? Okay, what is this? Sharp Talon Beast. Yeah, I am the wrong person for that Sharp Talon Beast. Sharp Talon Dead. Splinter Tree Guard. Yeah, anyway, what I was saying was cutting off transportation and access to training seems like they'd be valid tactics on a role-playing server where you're supposed to be role-playing different sides involved in a military conflict. And people jumped on me and said this is just a game. But it is a role-playing server. And as such, people are treating this as, well, it's still a game. That is an aspect of the role-playing experience is role-playing that you are actually involved in this war as an orc and you're fighting the other side. But yeah, I've been running around trying to find the third place to get where I need to get, where I need to get, acting as kind of a runner in the lines. It's supposed to access 3 different people in this area, hand them a message from a military commander, and then take messages back to somebody that's on the border. And the third one, I just keep having trouble finding. It's a Warsong Reports quest. I know where not to go, considering it was an Alliance village I was killed. So, let's see. Where is it? Looking up a map. Let's see. First one, T intersection. Splinter Tree. Run east. Road. Run west. Well, that's quite a long run. Apparently, I gotta run all the way, go around Astronaut, all the way over to through these mountains to a beach. Well, The reason I'm level 18 and not level 38 at this point is because I spend most of my time just exploring in this game. But you do get little bits of XP in this game from just exploring, which I actually really like. Rewards exploration. Where's my sound? That's the question. Where's the sound? Did I bump something? I seem to have lost sound for this game. Alright. Why is there no sound? Should have sound. Oh, that's a good guy. That's gonna bother me. It's gonna restart the client. There should be sound. Okay, I'll let the game launch. Try this again.